just as bad as the other side. 100% agree. Um, there was a man named Dr. Fauci who I believe is a radical leftist. I've given you a couple. I've given you a couple examples of cities being burnt down, defunding the police, which didn't help. It actually hurt a lot more than it helped. Um, I mean, I bared witness to that. I was in Minneapolis in 2021, um, and he's not talking about like Antifa the way Trump is saying it. He's talking about yeah, but he's also a radical leftist. You can be both. You can be both. I I disagree. Dr. Fauci, he made money on the COVID vaccine. He's getting paid $750,000 a month every single month. That mRNA technology. Technically, technically it is. Technically it is, but they're not talking about anti-fascists, right? They're talking about these guys. They're talking about these guys specifically. Like me, I don't align with fascism. I am anti-fascism, but I am not this, right? I'm not this. Um, and I've heard people be like, "Oh, well, this was funded by George Soros." It was not. It was not. Um, yeah, I'll look that up right now. Yeah, it is. It is. According to the White House, it is. Yeah, right there. So technically, it is. Um, and this is what radical leftists have done. Uh, uh, to America. This right here, brother. This shit is kind of what happened during 2020. And this was in part to the radical left. So, if there's no such thing as these guys over here, then there's no such thing as these guys right here, right? Like, who cares? It was a Black Lives Matter movement. The Black Lives Matter movement was a scam. It was a scam. Right. She bought a house with her fucking money. Yeah, she bought a $6 million. She bought a $6 million LA mansion with the money she got from with the money she got from fucking BLM. Okay, and then yeah, they. It's okay. This is uh this right here is radical left grifting. Thank you for the follow, Baza Belinsky. If Fauci did what he said, then he's not left wing at all. These are capitalist principles. How much money? How much money a month does Fauci make on the mRNA tech? Yeah, true leftists or communists. Fauci is a neoliberal. Yeah, so neoliberalism is a radical leftist. Neoliberalism is radical leftist. So this is for people who are like, don't tread on me. Oh, you think you could tread on me? Yeah, yes, Aiden. Yes. 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 You're talking to a guy in the middle. We're talking to a guy in the middle who can see both sides and how both sides are not inherently wrong. There are good things about both sides. Okay. Then there are radical leftists just the same as there are radical rightists. All day, every day of the week. Every day of the week. And if you say that there's not, I'm a centrist. I'm a centrist.
I heard a lot of people saying that our founders
I'm a centrist and I'm not right wing.
wanted us to have the Second Amendment in case there's a tyrannical government for whom we need to take up arms. I am not suggesting, as others have, that we should do that, Madam Speaker. In fact, I've constantly supported gun safety and gun reform in this building. But for people who want to pretend that they are no tread on me, don't tread on me, well, I wouldn't.
When you say that, what do you mean? When you say when the liberals get the gas chambers out, what do you mean by that? Because right here, the young Republicans said that. What did they say here? Let's see here. Gas. What the fuck just happened? Yeah, gas chambers. Okay, let's see here. I love Hitler, watermelon people. Okay, so you have nothing. None of your gas chamber type shit is based in fact, where this is, because there is evidence supporting my argument against yours. Okay, and it's still real. And guess what? It wasn't condemned. It wasn't condemned by J.D. Vance because J.D. Vance said, "Boys will be boys. Young men do this type of thing." What a bunch of young people, young kids say in a group chat, however offensive, they shouldn't lose their jobs, is what he said. No, I'm not. I'm a centrist. And whatever you say is not going to change the fact that I'm smarter than you. Whatever you say is not going to change the fact about that. Trump is breaking national law as well, just like Joe Biden did. This is awesome. Not every opinion, no. I'm not a communist.
Thank you so much. And with that, let's get back to downtown LA right now, where we're continuing to keep an eye on the skirmish.
Okay, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the guy that called me
Thank you so much.
A yank.
Thank you so much. And with that, let's get back to downtown LA right now, where we're continuing.
And no, he hasn't. Listen. I know what a real Nazi is. Okay, I know what a real Nazi is, and that is not Brad. That is definitely not Brad. Well, at least my name isn't Baza Belinsky. No. Baza Belinsky. You guys seen this? You guys seen this video yet? It's fucking hilarious.
Thank you so much.
I believe
everybody. And with that, let's get back to downtown LA right now, where we're continuing to keep an eye on the skirmish line of officers and protesters. Lauren Posen down there live for us. Lauren, what are you seeing right now? Any changes since we last checked in with you?
Yeah, we are seeing definitely more people coming up to the skirmish line here, but I did want to introduce you to Daniel. Why don't you come over here with me? Leslie had asked earlier if I could talk to you and the people around here, and Daniel was putting a sign up, so I thought I'd ask him if he talked to us. Daniel, you told me you got caught up in the tear gas as well. Describe what happened to you.
Oh, just tasted a little tear gas. Tasted like fascism.
What brought you out here today to protest? Oh, okay. Okay, thank you so much, Daniel.
They told her to stop talking. That's what we call a coward. That's what we call a coward. We call that person a coward for not asking him more questions. Also, Giga Chad.
Okay, going back.
Giga Chad, bro. No, they're not going to court. They are not going to court. They're getting immediately detained and immediately shipped out. They're getting immediately deported. They're not going through court. Okay. Well, you remember the 1,400 illegal aliens, right? This story. I'm happy that they're getting all the bad guys off the street.
A 15-year-old boy with autism is expected to have surgery here soon after being found in immigration custody over the weekend. We're talking about Emmanuel Gonzalez Garcia. We've been following this story from the very
They're getting all the bad guys off the street, guys.
In that area last week. Fox 26's Angie Rodriguez has been following the story, joining us live now tonight from Texas Children's in the medical center. So, Angie, why is Emmanuel there in the hospital?
Yeah, we know he's currently undergoing a surgery for appendicitis. This surgery is supposed to take anywhere from 1 to 3 hours. We did confirm and speak with the company, the nonprofit that is representing Emmanuel and his family, Fiel Houston. They told us that he did undergo surgery, and we actually have these photos of Emmanuel finally reuniting with both his mother and his sister just hours ago. This is the first time that they've seen each other in several days, 9 days to be exact.
Porque él ahorita está muy asustado.
I am pleading to get my son back immediately. He is very scared and he knows that he has something in his tummy, but he doesn't know that he's going to have surgery.
You know, as you mentioned, Mom hasn't seen Emmanuel for 9 days until today, but do we know exactly where he's been? Do we have any information about where Emmanuel, has been the last couple of days?
Yeah, he's been in federal custody with the Office of Refuge.
Cool. So a teen with autism was detained by ICE, and now he's in the hospital. Seems like they're getting all the bad guys out of here, huh? Seems like they're getting all the bad guys out of here, huh? So, back to the No Kings rally here. Sorry, I'm jumping back and forth here. And there were over 3,000 Yeah. And they want to, take away Medicare for people who have and they're saying like, "Oh, it's only going to be people who are able-bodied." How do you know that? How do you know that? Because every single time that they've cut Medicare, there are thousands, tens of thousands of people who are disabled, severely disabled, that get cut. Tens of thousands. So, there were over 7 million people at the No Kings protest, and one of them was one of the cities, New York City, happens to be the biggest one, was so that's not, technically they are, and she would get off of Medicare. So, apparently hating America means not wanting a king, according to the people on the right. And loving America, according to some people on the left, means selling out to communism. Yeah, essentially. Lennon says we care about democracy, like showing up to a rally sponsored by communists. Chuck Schumer is desperately trying to appease the far-left crowd of his party to cling onto his leadership role before AOC inevitably replaces him. Yeah, fuck Chuck Schumer. Fuck anybody above the age of 70 in the Congress. Fuck them all. Let's take a look here. BBC 4 here.
What do you want? From coast to coast, millions of Americans took to autumnal streets today with signs, banners and colourful costumes. Towns and cities, big and small, hosting over 2,500 protest events. Their message, this is a republic ruled by a constitution, not a king.
We got to point out to the country that people are paying attention, that 49.9% of the vote is not a mandate to rip apart the Constitution.
I'm against the overreach of power. I believe in 3 branches of government.
I do too.
There's just been almost too many things to list.
I think that the state of the world that we are in right now is really horrible.
Communism and democracy. So, communism is not a way to run government. It's a way to run your economy. It's a way that you run your economy. It's not a... Yeah, so you can be a communist and a democratic country. 100%. Yeah, so there, yeah. All candidates for the national legislature, known as the National Embassy and local people's councils, must be approved by the Communist Party of Vietnam. So you got to be approved to run for? Okay, so that's not necessarily democratic then. You can't really just get voted in. Do president, all candidates have to be approved? It's formally approved by the delegates at a national party convention. So yeah. So if you're running for office in America, you do have to get approved by your party. Yeah. Russia hasn't been a communist country in a very long time.
I want my rights back. I'm off. I need Trump out of office. And yeah, no kings. That.
Fuck having a king.
10 months after being sworn in for the second time, organizers accused Donald Trump of trying to warp the role of president into that of a monarch, bypassing Congress to rule by executive order, breaking norms and weaponizing the justice system against his perceived enemies and in favor of his supporters. Former Congressman...
Okay, tell me if this is true or false.
After being sworn in for the second time, organizers accused Donald Trump of trying to warp the role of president into that of a monarch, bypassing Congress to rule by executive order, breaking norms and weapon...
Okay. Going over the DOJ to make laws, he did that.
Bypassing Congress to rule by executive order,
yep.
Breaking norms and weaponizing the justice system against his perceived enemies.
And he's doing that.
And in favor of his supporters.
And he's doing that.
Former Congressman George Santos, the latest of whom, to have his 7-year jail sentence for wire fraud and identity theft commuted overnight.
Nope,
just this week at the White House, which he continues to redecorate in his own gilded style.
But it's happening this term, and I still have a problem with it. Just because it's a different guy doesn't mean the problem stops existing. The problem is still exists. It just happens to be somebody you support. It's still bad. Just as bad as Biden. Right now, a two-party system is actually contributing to the bipartisan unification of the government. Look at all the rich people and ex-presidents that spend their time at creepy elite parties. Are you talking about Russiagate? Let's go here real quick. Let's go here real quick. Let me sign in. Yes, I do have a Truth Social account. Oh boy. I don't remember. I guess I'll just make a new one. Yeah. Yeah, 100% agree. They're all on the same team. Yep, they're trying to cause division. It's obvious. If you don't know by now, you will at some point. Yeah, and everybody realizes that. And yet we're still at each other's fucking throats. Stupid. No way. No way. Okay. Jumping into the propaganda machine here. Why am I required to fucking follow 5 profiles? That's so stupid. I'm following 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whatever. Okay. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so let's see here. You guys ready for this? I did this the other day. Okay, so I'm on Truth Social. I'm on Truth Social here. Let's see here. Yes, absolutely, 100% agree. You ready? Was the 2020 election stolen? No. According to Truth Social, no. Yeah, and I promise you, Brad is not a Nazi. I know a real Nazi. I could introduce you to a real Nazi. In 2016. I haven't looked this one up. Yes. Though they did not establish criminal conspiracy with the Trump campaign. Hacking of influence of operations. So, Oh, yeah. I remember that. There was a Fox News, both Fox News, all Fox News. Okay. So there were literally millions of people who did this.
With plans for a $250 million ballroom. Trump unveiled his Napoleon-esque proposal to celebrate
Listen to this.
America's 250th birthday next year with a triumphal arch in Washington, D.C. Already being dubbed the Arc de Trump, Democrats have criticized the plans to build such a monument for America's quincentennial, supposedly a celebration of ditching an authoritarian king. Trump's denied the characterization of his leadership.
A king. This is not a king. You know, they're referring to me as a king. I'm not a king.
You're an authoritarian.
Thousands poured into Times Square in Trump's home city of New York to disagree. Organizers say more than 5 million people turned up for their last protests in June, making it one of the biggest in U.S. history. Even bigger crowds are expected today, prompting Republican governors in several states to place National Guard troops on standby. It's unclear how visible the military presence will be. Republican leadership has been trying to tarnish those turning out.
You're going to bring together the Marxists, the socialists, the Antifa advocates, the anarchists, and the pro-Hamas wing of the far-left Democrat Party. That is the modern Democratic Party. That's where they've gone.
Okay, Mike Johnson.
Democratic leadership has struggled to
Why don't we go ahead and publish all of your apps on your phone and see if you got Grindr.
Recover from last year's bruising election loss. Their defeated candidate has been encouraging Americans to use their voices today.
I encourage everyone to get out there in peaceful protest of what is happening in our country.
I think that just because someone is different from the worst person that... How do you feel about Kamala Harris? Miss Wine Mom Kamala Harris.
Encouraging Americans to use their voices today.
I encourage everyone to get out there in peaceful protest of what is happening in our country and express our voice around the country we believe in.
We did it,
So get out there and join the No Kings event near you.
Leading Democrats like Senator Bernie Sanders are expected to address crowds over the coming hours. The question for the
I was hoping Kamala would win so that she could endorse workplace intoxication.
party is how can it use
And
this
she
move
fucking would. Dude, honestly, I just feel like I don't know, dude. Shit was gonna get fucked up either way. Shit was gonna get really, really fucked up. Yeah, people can't afford to people can't afford living right now. People don't have health care, but you get a ballroom and an arch and a gold Oval Office. Do you know? Actually, I'll just ask here. What caused the French Revolution? What caused the French Revolution? The French Revolution was caused by a convergence of long-term structural crises and short-term shocks. Deep fiscal insolvency, social and inequality under the ancient regime, Enlightenment political ideas and acute economic distress from poor harvests and rising bread prices, all sharpened by the monarchy's failed reforms and loss of legitimacy. Oh, dude. The border crisis of 2020? Brother. I feel like you both are. Bro. 4.1 million on the low side to 6.7 million, with some estimates higher, okay? There are tons of people coming over the border. Tons. Yeah, there were busloads shipped to every sanctuary city. I remember that. I fucking remember that. (2016, 2020). I got you. $3 million. $3 million. So significantly less. Significantly less. Deportation statistics by year. Okay, so I need to see Obama's. Yeah, way less. Let's see here. 20. I really wish it wasn't this fucking spread out. Last 10 years. I guess last 20 years. Got the most migrants, yet we refuse to host Trump anywhere in the state because it's a lie. Wait, hold on. What? We supposedly got the most migrants, yet we refuse to host Trump anywhere in the state because it's a lie. He said that apartment complexes were being taken over by Venezuelan gangs, which was a straight up lie. Obama is number one. Trump said he's going to be it by the end of his term. Yep. When has Trump ever followed through with his promises? Also valid. Also very valid. Yeah, hold on. Let me see here. Whoa. First thing I looked up was Venezuelan gangs, Aurora in Denver, in Aurora. Hold on, let's see here. Aragua. Tren de Aragua. In 2025 here. Aurora is Colorado. Yes, I know. Fitz Apartments. Reminiscent to the one. Okay, so. Yeah, bro, I literally just looked up Venezuela gang and 3 cities in Colorado popped up. Starting other migrants. What? Okay, hold on. Comes a video captured showing men roaming hallways. To capture the edge of a Lowry complex. Okay, let's see here. This might sound like deja vu, Aurora police. So this happened before. This shows armed individuals threatening an apartment in an apartment complex here in Aurora area. The scene is very reminiscent to the Tren de Aragua gang takeover that occurred last year and gained national attention. It's coming from the police chief here. So I mean, let's see here. I'm gonna see this. I don't know. Do a takeover? I don't know. have been publicly refuted by local authorities. However, the gang is known for extending its criminal reach internationally, with criminal cells operating in various countries, including the United States. Without papers. So in late 2024, rumors that the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua had taken over an apartment complex in Aurora, Colorado went viral. However, police officials later clarified the situation. In September of 24, the Aurora police chief stated that there was, quote, no evidence that Tren de Aragua had taken over an apartment complex. Okay. Residents also spoke out against these rumors, stating that reports were, quote, not true, and that the main issues were they faced were uninhabitable conditions. There we go. So there was no takeover. Venezuelans taken over an apartment complex. Yeah. A New York-based property management company, CBZ Management, claimed that its Aurora, September 24. Yeah, no. So, no. The answer is no. That didn't happen. I 100% thought it did, because I remember that happening, and I remember hearing that news story. Anyways, judge is ordering ICE official to testify after Chicago. They were enticing a riot. ICE was enticing a riot. A federal judge on Thursday said she is, quote, profoundly concerned with the apparent violation by federal agents of a temporary restraining order she issued last week, imposing restrictions on the use of tear gas and other riot control weapons against journalists and protesters in Chicago. Our foreign policy is right-wing, our politics right now they are. Yes, brother. Journalists. Well, life got worse for us under the Democrats, bro. Life got worse for us under the Democrats. Even though we were still under Trump's tax plan during 2020 to 2024. Federal judge on Thursday said she's profoundly concerned. Oh, right here. Cool. I don't have to read.
Tonight, a federal judge responding to those dramatic images coming out of Chicago, the tear gas and violent clashes with federal agents sent in by the Trump administration. That judge now ordering agents to turn their...
Because there was, I was forced to put something in my body, which I don't think anybody should be. It was mandated.
Chicago, the tear gas and violent clashes with federal agents sent in by the Trump administration. That judge now ordering agents to turn their body cameras on. The judge saying she was startled by the images of the clashes. Alex Perez tonight from Chicago.
After seeing these images of violent clashes in Chicago ending with tear gas used on protesters, tonight a judge says federal agents who have body cameras must wear them during the Trump administration's sweeping immigration crackdown. U.S. District Judge Sarah Ellis saying she is deeply concerned with have body cameras
I didn't expect to see somebody throw an egg at him. I'm sorry. That was just a reaction.
Wear them during the Trump administration's sweeping immigration crackdown. U.S. District Judge Sarah Ellis saying she is deeply concerned with apparent violations of her earlier order restricting the use of force and riot control crackdown. U.S. District Judge Sarah Ellis saying she is deeply concerned with apparent violations of her earlier order restricting the use of force and riot control weapons, after video showed ICE agents striking a minister in the head with pepper balls. If you've got a bunch of peaceful protesters, then you can't shoot them in the head. You can't deploy tear gas. You can't use flashbang grenades. You can't drive a car through a crowd. The judge pointing to this Border Patrol chase through a neighborhood that ended with this pit maneuver.
Yep.
Chicago residents and protesters are now documenting more encounters.
That dude got shot in the head.
He's a citizen! You don't know what's going on, so get the back!
Illinois governor, who hasn't asked for federal help, today praised the judge's order.
The federal agents are required to have body cameras on them because they clearly lie about what goes on.
And David,
required to have body cameras on them because they clearly lie about what goes on.
Yeah, they're the feds. They like to lie.
And David, the judge also ordered the field director of ICE here in Chicago to appear before the court and answer questions on Monday.
I feel like they should hold them accountable for that, okay? They should be holding them accountable. And I don't know why the fuck they weren't wearing body cams in the first place. Oh, sorry. So basically, yeah, hold them accountable. Everything they said here, they were spitting. Yeah, I like how this current administration is making basic questions the most complex, and they have to go through mental gymnastics to get to their talking point because they're so media trained that they can only do that, right? They can't just say yes or no. They can't do that. Sorry. They never say yes or no. Yeah, what do you mean by who? Yeah, what do you mean by what? She told lawyers of the Trump administration, quote, "I am modifying the temporary restraining order to include body-worn cameras. It's not up for debate, as it shouldn't be. It's not a suggestion. It wasn't a hint. It wasn't a topic of a discussion or conversation. It was an order. It should have been already. Already should have been done." All right. Speaking of the Trump administration getting sued, guess who else is getting sued? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Mike Johnson's getting sued because he hasn't sworn in Adelita Grijalva. It doesn't benefit anybody. It don't fucking benefit nobody. So Adelita Grijalva was sworn in last month, almost a whole month ago, and now it's approaching the longest time somebody has not been sworn in. How cool is that? How cool is that? Super awesome and not corrupt. Because that screams innocent to me. Is not letting a woman release the Epstein files is super, super innocent. Extremely. That's the most innocent thing you can do, is not swear somebody in that's going to incriminate, very, very powerful people, because we want to protect them. We want to protect these guys. Let's see here. We're not messing around. The state of Arizona, as of today, is now officially without representation, the House of Representatives. So, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Americans voted for this lady, and now Senator little Mikey boy, Michael, little Mikey boy, little Johnny, is saying, nope. Even though you voted, even though there are 800,000 of you who voted, yeah, fuck you. Fuck you. Your votes don't matter to me. And they'll matter when the government's back open, even though, we were able to swear you in before that even happened. Fuck you. They've got 2 days. Got 2 fucking days. God, I can't wait. I cannot wait. Yeah, exactly. And it's damn near going to be the longest time anybody has gone without being sworn in after their vote. Super cool. Very fun and fair. So, yesterday or the day before, 3 days ago, sorry, Pete Hegseth said he was going to criminalize, talking about yeah, exactly. Conservatives have full control of House, Senate, and Supreme Court and executive, and they're still blaming it on the Democrats. Yeah. So they also violated the Hatch Act. I don't know if any of you guys know what that is, but the Hatch Act basically says that government can't be partisan. It's got to be pretty even. And on official government websites, it says that the radical left shut down the government. That's propaganda. They can't do that, so that violates the Hatch Act. These guys are out in front of the Pentagon right now. There was a bunch of people saying, or there was Pete Hegseth said that nobody can report on national security, otherwise you will be criminalized. Here is nearly all of their reactions. Leaving. Taking our shit and leaving. We aren't listening to you. We are not listening to you. We are not going to comply in criminalizing any sort of reporting. Any sort of reporting. So, I mean, I pulled it up 2 days ago, but I'll pull it up again. Let me close some tabs here. The Guardian. The Guardian. Yeah, dude, that fucking dude who was talking shit really shut the fuck up after I pulled this up, didn't he? I love that shit. Boop. Oh, I'm wrong. I can't say anything else. Oh, geez. All right, let's do this here. What news? Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, I have. I don't even live in New York, and I'm in that shit, bro. Like when Mom Donnie said I'm not leaving New York and New Yorkers are my #1 priority, I was like, I love it when people don't sell out to Israel. I love it. I love it when people don't sell out to yeah, everybody needs to admit when they're wrong. Look it up. Look it up. I fucking yeah. Yeah. Fuck. No, I'm not going to Israel. Oh, you're asking me if I'm going to go to a country that is committing a genocide? No. Aren't owned by billionaires. Good luck. Aren't yeah, no shit. What news sources are going to report on national security? Okay, you ready? You ready? I had an entire list. I had a whole list. See if I can find it again. I think there were 30 or so. Yeah, 30. At least. At least. That's crazy. At least 30. And a lot of them are mainstream. Okay, you ready? Should I do it in one breath? Should I do it in one breath? Associated Press, Bloomberg News, New York Times, Wall Street Journal, Washington Post, CNN, Fox News, CBS, NBC, ABC, NPR, Axios, Politico, The Guardian, The Atlantic, The Hill, Newsmax, Breaking Defense, and Task and Purpose. Okay. Okay. So there were more, by the way, in that list that I had pulled up before. I think it might have been a Politico story, I'm not going to lie. Huh. Yeah, that's crazy. A bunch of news people are just saying, "Fuck no, fuck no," and they're leaving. Representatives for the news right here. They all represent one news guy. Okay. Do you guys want to talk about Israel? And yeah, this is, yeah, repeating party lines. Yeah, you're just gonna get more echo chamber from people who are in there. Okay, let's talk about Israel and how much fucking control they have over you. You guys want to see something crazy? You guys want to see something crazy? Now I want you to imagine that this is a high school.
Put the car in park!
Actually, no. Imagine it's an Israeli official.
Let me see your hands. Put them on the steering wheel. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Over here. Hands behind your back.
Well, that is an Israeli government official as police arrest him as part of a sex sting. That official was in town for a cybersecurity conference, now facing a sex-related charge.
This man was in America for American cybersecurity, and he's an Israeli official, okay? And he was trying to have sex with an underage girl. Oopsie! Oopsie! Not only are you an Israeli official in America for our cybersecurity, you want to fuck an underage American girl?
So prosecutors say he drove to a park to meet a 15-year-old girl.
And videos and evidence the 80s Now investigators obtained show what was said in those chats before police detained him and he left the country.
This is the moment Henderson police took 38-year-old Tom Alexandrovich into custody. Alexandrovich, an Israeli government official, accused of meeting a young girl for sex.
You want to grab the cell phone?
Police say Alexandrovich was in town for a cybersecurity conference. Prosecutors say he drove from his hotel all the way to a park in Henderson to meet that girl, who was really an FBI agent working undercover as part of a sting.
You're going to the station, so you have to put your handcuffs.
Yeah. Police say Alexandrovich met the decoy on a dating app, the conversation then moving over to WhatsApp. Grand jury transcripts revealing in that conversation, the undercover agent told Alexandrovich she was, quote, only 15, and that she's, quote, too young to get into most places. The decoy later asking Alexandrovich to, quote, bring with the agreement, they meet at the park.
Now, hours after his arrest, Alexandrovich posted $10,000 bail, never saw a judge, and left the country.
Went right back to Israel. Didn't see a judge, paid bail, and he's gone. So as long as you're rich, you can come over to our country and spy on our cybersecurity and try to fuck a 15-year-old, and then give them $10,000 and then leave, and then nobody's gonna ask any questions. Oh yeah, absolutely. Do you want to see? Something crazy? I'm about to do a magic trick. I'm about to make a leftist agree with Marjorie Taylor Greene. You ready? You ready, Aiden? I need to know how you feel about this.
Company was sold. Here's who bought it.
Right.
Here's one of their biggest donations is to a foreign country's military.
TikTok just got sold.
I do know.
Okay. To Larry Ellison, who is the single largest private donor to the IDF in the world.
I just learned that recently as well.
Yes.
We'll do everything we can to support the country of Israel.
We will do everything we can to support the country of Israel, even if it means buying TikTok. Have you seen all the disparity between the healthy Israeli prisoners and the Palestinian prisoners with missing eyeballs and 5 times broken arms? How do you feel? I know, but how do you feel about Marjorie Taylor Greene? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen the difference between the Israeli prisoners and the Palestinian prisoners. Yeah.
It does seem...
We will do anything to support Israel, is what he said, I think.
We'll do everything we can to support the
We will do everything we can to support the country of Israel.
country of Israel.
It does seem interesting that the largest social media app in the world was recently bought by the largest donor to the IDF.
To the Israeli military.
To the Israeli military, Larry Ellison. His son recently purchased Paramount, which includes, CBS News. There are talks for the Ellison family to buy.
Let's go back here. Let's go back here because I missed that.
Military, Larry Ellison. His son recently purchased Paramount.
His son recently purchased Paramount, okay.
Which includes, CBS News.
Okay, that's not good. That's not good. So imagine we go to Germany and we start buying all of their news sources, and then all of a sudden they have a bunch of like pro-American stuff, and nothing anti-American goes on there. Is that good or bad? That's called propaganda. That's called state-controlled media. That's called what is China doing right now? What is North Korea doing right now? What is Russia doing right now? The same thing, except these people are Israelis, and people who support them just are blind to it.
There are talks for the Ellison family to buy Warner Brothers.
Which would not be good at all.
There's Discovery,
which would not be good at all.
Which owns CNN. If you point it out, I will be called a conspiracy theorist or something.
Anti-Semite for sure.
Whatever it is, you know what I mean? But everything I just said was just a fact.
Those are just facts. You said a company was sold. Here's who bought it.
Right.
Here's one of their biggest donations is to a foreign country's military.
Yeah.
No, these are all just facts.
Yep. 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 Okay, let's see this one. This one is what really... Yeah, this is the shit we've been doing to the countries America invades, and now it's happening to us.
So after...
Yeah, absolutely. United States of Israel, ladies and gentlemen. There aren't 50 stars on the flag anymore. There's 1 star, and it's the Star of David.
20 years of service in the military. Yesterday, I got pulled into an officer's office and counseled.
I don't fuck with the music.
For a post that I have on my social media. During the counseling, they told me I'm under investigation as a threat to national security. And the proof they gave me are anti-Israel posts. When I joined the military, I took an allegiance to support the United States of America.
Yes,
I did not ever take an allegiance to support Israel. But yet, I am deemed a national security threat to national security because I do not support Israel. Since when does not supporting a foreign nation get a U.S. soldier investigated for being a threat to national security?
5 years ago. I would say 5 years ago, that's when it started. Yeah, fuck Zionists. If anybody tells you that they're a Zionist, tell them that they are a New Age Nazi because you want a pure Jewish state. You don't want anybody else living in that state except for Jews. What's the difference between that and you wanting an entire state of white Germans. What's the difference? It's religious? So fucking what? You're ostracizing 99% of every other person. Every other person. Nobody can come on this land unless you're a Jew. Okay? Nobody. Nobody can come on this land unless you're German. It's the fucking same thing. It's the fuck. And if you do, we're gonna kill you. We're gonna ship you out and we're gonna kill you. It's fucked up. It's really fucked up. You guys want to talk about some Epstein stuff? You guys want to talk about Trump being a sex freak? I love learning about sex freaks, bro.
Ask Donald Trump about Jeffrey Epstein. He often deflects or ignores the questions. But we fact-checked some of the times where he addressed those questions head on.
I can.
On July 15th, Trump was asked why his administration has not released
July 15th. Okay, she's making a timeline. This is awesome. July 15th.
as many files as promised.
These files were made up by Comey, they were made up by Obama, they were made up by the Biden.
Okay, but we just Googled it. And there were so many people claiming that, no, this is fake. That didn't happen. So I'll watch those videos. Oh, excuse me. I'll watch those videos. But, yeah, I mean, I looked it up. I looked it up and I saw I was wrong. Fully willing to admit that as well. But yeah, I mean, I'll watch it. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, and his partner's aunt or something lives there. Here, I'll pull it up right now, actually.
Tú sabes del
Oh, Brandon. Yeah.
video que like
I know this guy.
allí. Okay. ¿Es peligrosa aquí o no?
Sí.
Sí, porque actividades criminales.
Sí, mucho de la serie y todo.
Okay. Muchas policías recientemente.
Mucho.
Porque papá.
Sí, por
Okay.
muchos balazos.
¿Cuántos meses vive aquí?
2 años.
Tyler Oliveira, yeah. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful little song here. Little ditty.
These are illegal Venezuelan immigrants, part of the Tren de Aragua gang, breaking into an apartment complex in Aurora, Colorado. At least that's what the current narrative going viral on Twitter is right now.
They're armed and ready. They'll try to wipe your windows and then come rob you.
Well, I see that bullet hole in my bedroom window, huh?
That's a bullet hole right there?
We've been terrorized. Gunshots, the trash piling up.
Every time we try to go to bed at night, we have to keep it like this so nobody can kick in the door.
Besides this incident caught on camera, is Aurora in flames right now? Have Venezuelan gangsters conquered the entire city? And are the Hells Angels actually on their way to enact vigilante justice on this gang while the police sit by and do nothing?
This Venezuelan. Where are the Hells Angels right now? They should do vigilante justice against the people in ICE doing fuck shit.
Gang has indeed taken over at least some.
Only the people doing fuck shit, by the way.
Of the buildings, you're saying at least 2 of the 3. And what I just heard from you is you don't know how they ended up there. And you even made a suggestion that they could have been sent there.
But what we're learning out here is that gang members have not taken over this complex.
The city of Aurora is contradicting itself on the extent of Venezuelan gang activity in that city. The mayor told Fox News this week the gang is collecting rent at a troubled apartment complex. The interim police chief, in a video press release, says that's not happening.
In an attempt to clear confusion and figure out myself what is and what is not fake news, I pulled up there myself to find out.
Fist up, guns down. You see that? Fist up, guns down. United we stand, divided we fall. Stop the gun violence. We're in it. We have all these ominous posters indicating some mass violence out here. We sure we don't want to roll up the window and film through it?
I wish I could fast forward through this shit.
Everything on Twitter is telling me we're going to show up to a war zone in this apartment complex. I doubt that's going to be the case.
So I hopped out of the car and walked straight up to the apartment complex with no clue what was going on and with hopes of not getting shot with a scoped rifle.
Is it true that gangs have taken over this apartment complex or no? Prender agua?
No sé, hermano.
Okay,
No sé.
okay. ¿Es peligrosa aquí o no?
Sí.
¿Sí?
Sí.
¿Por qué? Like, pop, pop, pop?
Sí, muchos plomos, sí, pero no, o sea, no puedo,
Criminales.
no puedo hablar más de lo que puedo decir
I can't really talk about it because my security
porque
is at risk.
también es mi seguridad de mi persona.
Are most of the people that live here from Venezuela?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Y yo fui uno de los primeros que llegó aquí a los edificios.
Bien?
El principio fue bien, pero después que cambiaron la administración de los edificios, todo se volvió
Yeah, because they were letting in a bunch of fucking migrants.
nada. Todo cambió, todo cambió. Los edificios no sirven,
okay.
no bueno, no good los apartamentos.
No bueno aquí.
No good.
Oh, interesante. ¿Es tren de agua aquí o no? No. ¿Peligrosa aquí lately? No. ¿Es cierto que los pandillas se han apoderado de este complejo de apartamentos o no?
No sé, porque yo vivo trabajando, yo vengo del trabajo y a dormir.
¿Cuántos años vive aquí?
Meses.
¿Meses?
3 meses.
Okay, ¿de dónde eres?
Venezuela.
Okay, I'm sure that'll be a common story out here. We are not hearing any confirmed gang activity. This is how you get shot out here, by the way, guys. Okay, have you heard about like the gang activity and that sort of thing?
No, I hear gunshots all the time throughout the night.
Gunshots all the time?
The apartment somewhere over here that 2 people died in.
Okay.
2 people were shot, apparently.
Is it safe out here?
During the day, mostly. I don't like to...
There's gang activity in small cities. There's got to be someone doing
I don't like to travel around through the neighborhood at night or around dusk.
Gonna stand at a distance, minimize your risk, I suppose. So now it's boarded up. Looks like it's been broken multiple times. You can hear the fire alarm that hasn't been changed. That's a meme. Hola. So due to recent events, I think it's understandable that no one wants to answer the door. This place is fucked up. I'm amazed people live here.
Makes sense.
This is some third world country shit. Mucho de este, ¿sí? Rocks, rocas, guns, bullets. Lots of broken glass out here.
I speak English too.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
John, all right, are these bullet holes?
Lately it's crazy.
Lately crazy?
Yeah.
I got you. This is in Aurora.
Oh, they just jacked that nigga shit.
They just jacked him?
Stole his shit.
Oh, me. These niggas is out here tripping. Bro, damn, they done made a mess of shit.
Including violent robbery. Tren de Aragua. So they arrested 8 individuals between these months. Shit.
Nigga, the Venezuelans is taking over.
Oh, they just jacked that nigga shit.
They just jacked him?
Somebody just got their car
me.
stolen.
These niggas is out here tripping.
These people are behaving in a way that normal people wouldn't. I'm translating.
Bro, damn, they done made a mess of shit.
Do I need to translate that one?
Nigga, y'all are on bullshit out here.
They're up to no good.
That is on bullshit.
Oh, shit. What the f? Yeah, they're tripping. Nigga, they cracking off in the air and everything. They driving over the... Nigga, we almost just got hit.
That could have been a two-step or a gun. Honestly, I couldn't tell.
Nigga, the Venezuelans is taking over.
This is gonna be hard.
They just jacked him? Oh, me.
But I mean,
These
even though
niggas is
Aurora
out
is
here
small, they're
tripping.
still dealing with Tren de Aragua.
You know, I stay to my business.
If you mind your own business out here, it's chill, safe.
It is safe. This one's supposed to be the safe, the best building in there.
This one right here.
Yeah, this is the best building.
Yo, any of y'all want to be interviewed in there? We're trying to figure out if the gangsters are taking this place over. I'm looking right.
You probably see that bullet hole in my bedroom window, huh?
That's a bullet hole right there. Yeah.
So there are people saying yes, it's a problem, and there are people saying no, it's not a problem.
You had a wasp nest right next to you too.
Yeah, it's a bullet hole right there, though.
Okay, so how often do you hear bullets out here?
Probably like every 2 days.
Damn, that's pretty shitty, yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's not too bad. Most time I'll be at work, so I don't really have to deal with a lot of it.
You ever been hit with a stray bullet out here?
Nah, not yet.
Not yet, it's crazy.
How much is it to rent an apartment out here?
Here, shit, it's like 14. Actually, straight on the inside. And this one, the other ones look like the trenches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard you have the best building out here.
Yeah, it's pretty much the best one, yeah.
The other ones they look trash.
They fucking it up, though.
Who's fucking it up?
Like the Venezuelans.
Okay. What
But they
percentage?
cool, though. Like, I ain't got no problem with them, but, like, clean your shit up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why do you think they're so dirty with all this stuff?
I just think where they come from, maybe they just don't give a fuck because they're in a whole different new place. So
This dude ain't Venezuela.
ain't gotta pay for nothing, everything.
I guess I'm confused.
Free giving, you know what I mean?
Do you have beef with them that they're not paying anything, and you're like, yo, I'm paying $1,400 a month?
Hell no.
You chill with it?
Yeah, I stopped paying rent. I don't like shit. I told them, like, 2 y'all come over here and fix some of these problems, like the trash, for instance. Like, why the f I'm gonna be paying rent and for the some of the things that y'all post, so the stuff that's like in the leasing contract applies to that trash.
I see.
You know, and the upkeep for the complex. And y'all not saying in agreement, so I'm not gonna pay shit.
How long you not been paying rent?
Like a month.
All right. How long you plan on not paying rent?
I might be out of here today.
Yeah?
I'm moving today, yeah.
When did you notice the Venezuelans start to come in?
Like a year ago.
Okay. They kind of took over?
Yeah, kind of.
In
Like I said, man,
2023,
shit,
which is when the border crisis was happening.
And I ain't never had no issue with them. Like, shit. If I need some help with something, they help me.
Okay.
They need some help. They, you know, when they first got here, the motherfucker would be parked behind my car and shit like that. And I'll be like, hey, I don't know how you do it in your country, but right here, you don't park behind my. You know what I'm saying? I smoke your ass. It pretty much like on that type of tip.
Did you see that video of the guy kicking the door down with the scoped rifle?
Yeah, it's in the next. It was in the next building.
Did you see it happen in real time?
Nah, I didn't see it
This is taking over. This is taking over.
happen, but I do know them.
Is it gang affiliated?
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I think they were just looking for somebody.
$1,400 to live in this hole. That
Yeah,
is
that's crazy.
crazy. You'll notice a lot of broken glass.
And you have testimony, broken glass, bullet holes. You got
bullet
all
holes
that
in
too.
the walls.
And you have a bunch of arrests with Aragua gang members too. So you've got that as well. Yeah, but where there are gangs, there are guns. And more gun violence. What are you doing? What are you gonna do? What? You better not. You better not. I'll crash out on you. Don't commit. Don't commit. Don't commit. Come on. There you go. Luciferian elite. I'm out.
On July 15th, Trump was asked why his administration
Hey, if you keep doing that, you're gonna get in trouble, lady. Hey.
has not released as many files as promised.
These files were made up by Comey. They were made up by Obama. They were made up by the Biden information, you know.
This is false. The files are real. The Justice Department has said there's over 300 gigabytes of records and other evidence related to its investigations into Jeffrey Epstein. Many of those documents have already been released. Secondly, those investigations did not occur under Comey, Biden, or Obama.
They happened under Trump.
The FBI first investigated Jeffrey Epstein in 2006 and reached a plea deal with him a year later. The president.
That was under George W. Bush. Not Comey, not Obama, not Biden.
Then was
Bush.
George W. Bush. Then in 2019, the Justice Department began investigating Epstein's plea deal. The president during that was Donald J. Trump. So there's no evidence that Comey, Biden, or Obama, quote unquote, made up the files. Trump was asked again on July 25th about his administration's handling of the Epstein files. Here's what he said.
You ought to be speaking about Bill Clinton, who went to the island 28 times.
This lacks evidence. In Clinton's case, there are two people who say he's visited the island one time. Clinton has denied that, and there's no evidence beyond that. Trump is most likely referring to flight logs. The records show that Clinton traveled on Jeffrey Epstein's
that motherfucker was at the island.
Private plane more than 24 times, but the logs do not show that he visited the island. It's also worth noting
he went to the island.
That Trump himself appears in these logs.
Yes,
the records show that he traveled at least 8 times on Epstein's private plane. In July, the Wall Street Journal reported that Trump had sent Jeffrey Epstein a birthday note in the early 2000s
and he did.
With a crude drawing of a woman. Trump denied that on social media. Here's what he said. The Wall Street Journal printed a fake letter supposedly to Epstein. These are not my words, not the.
So sue them. If you are so sue happy and making and taking like, oh, I never said that, I'm going to sue you, or like, oh, this never happened, I'm going to sue you. Sue them. Sue the Wall Street Journal. Sue them.
Way I talk. Also, I don't draw pictures. This is false. After Trump made his social media posts, the New York Times and other outlets reported on the many drawings that Trump has submitted over the years to charities. He drew pictures of buildings and the New York skyline. A few days later, Trump admitted that he did in fact draw sometimes, but he said he doesn't draw women.
Sometimes people would say, would you draw a building and I'll draw 4 lines and a little roof, for a charity stuff. I don't do drawings of women, that I can tell you.
There is no evidence that Trump was involved in any of Epstein's illegal activities.
Yet.
But he continues to deny, deflect, and make false statements around the matter.
And that's a fact. So this, as of right now, is a fact?
For a charity stuff. I don't do drawings of women, that I can tell you.
Wait, there is this no right here? There is no evidence that Trump was involved in any of Epstein's illegal activities. However, he continues to deny, deflect, and make false statements around it. That doesn't scream innocent to me. That does not scream innocent to me. Remember when Trump was convicted of rape? You remember that? If he pardons Ghislaine, I promise you, I might personally have to step in.
Trump defamed E. Jean Carroll once and had to pay $5 million.
E. Jean Carroll is the lady who he was convicted of rape against.
Then within 24 hours of getting hit with that judgment, he defamed her again, getting hit with an $83.3 million judgment. And then, in his infinite wisdom, Trump came out and said this.
I just posted a $91 million bond, 91 million, on a fake story, totally made up story. Think of it, 91 million. I could say things about what it would cost normally. 91 million. Based on...
Yeah, but it's not, you're not a normal person. You have literally millions of people behind you that will fight tooth and nail for every word you say.
It would cost normally 91 million. Based on false accusations made about me by a woman that I knew nothing about, didn't know.
Didn't know her, but you said that she liked the rape. Okay, and I'll pull that up, too.
Never heard of, I know nothing about her. She wrote a book, she said things. And when I denied it, I said, it's so crazy, it's false. I got sued for defamation.
So I don't know if there's cash burning a hole in Donald Trump's pocket, but if E. Jean Carroll decides to sue a third time, that $83 million is going to seem quaint.
Yeah. And he's he's looking like he's got dementia. Looking like he's got dementia.
And by the early 1990s...
It's possible Ever.
Then let's limit it to Bergdorf's. Bergdorf's was pretty close to Trump Tower
Yeah.
and very close to the Plaza Hotel, correct?
That makes sense.
That's right.
I'm handing you a document that's been marked as DJT 18. It bears the Bates range Carroll 24378 through 24385.
Okay.
Do you have that in front of you?
Yeah.
Sitting here today, do you recognize this document?
No.
I will represent to you that this is the excerpt from Ms. Carroll's book that was published in New York Magazine online, originally online, on June 21, 2019.
Okay.
At any point in time, did you read this article?
Excuse me?
Did you ever read this article, this document?
No, I don't believe I did.
Sending you a book. It's marked as DJT 19. It's a book by E. Jean Carroll. It says, "What do we need men for?"
Claim to fame, you know, that she shook my hand at some celebrity event.
So the answer to my question is yes, that I never met this person in my life.
Yes.
Was that a true statement when you made it on June 21, 2019?
It was a true statement when I made it. I think subsequently, or at some point, they showed a picture on a receiving. I was on a celebrity line for a charity, and I think I was either shaking her hand or her husband's hand on a receiving line. Like I say, shake a lot of hands with people, but I had no idea who she was.
So if I can understand your testimony, sir, you're saying that at the time you made the statement that's in DJT 20, you were not aware of ever having met Ms. Carroll. You have since seen a photograph that shows you with Ms. Carroll on a receiving line.
Along with a lot of other people. This was a very public, I think it was a charity or a celebrity event or something, and I think that's her big claim to fame, you know, that she shook my hand at some celebrity event.
So the answer to my question is yes, that after you made the statement, you became aware that there's a photo of you with Ms. Carroll in a receiving line, correct?
At some point, I saw there was a photo on a receiving line, yes.
Okay, let's mark the photo. What number are we at?
Ace Mustachio followed. I'm now at what? 20 followers? Let's go. We hit the goal, baby.
I have in front of you a black and white photograph that we've marked as
Lower class because I don't think he sees poor people in the same way.
JT 23. And I'm going to ask you, is this the photo that you were just referring to?
I think so, yes.
Okay. And do you recall when you first saw this photo?
At some point during the process, I saw it. That's, I guess, her husband, John Johnson, who was an anchor for ABC. Nice guy. I thought. I mean, I don't know him, but
How
I thought
long
he
do
was.
you think he's had syphilis? Oh, dude, 90s? 90s, maybe? Yeah. Let's see this. I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. Social media posts on X have amplified this with users pointing out erratic behavior, hand sores, or a vulgar smell as evidence that he's, medical backing. On the other hand, typical syphilis lesions. Yeah, there's a lot of info on this. Holy fuck. It's also curable. Let's take a look here. Yeah, that's crazy. Hold on. That's wild, bro. I didn't know about this picture. But yeah, that's definitely sus. And that's the same hand he's getting IVs in. I'm gonna see if this is it.
Technology, where you talk about Ms. Stoynoff's allegations.
Are we marking this?
We're going to mark it. It's a clip of a video from a campaign event in West Palm Beach on October.
Then there was a writer from People magazine who wrote a story on Melania and myself on our first anniversary. The story was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was lovely. But last night we hear that after 12 years, this took place 12 years ago, this story, a new claim that I made inappropriate advances during the interview to this writer. And I ask a very simple question. Why wasn't it part of the story that appeared 20 or 12 years ago? Why wasn't it part of the story? Why didn't they make it part of the story? I was one of the biggest stars on television with The Apprentice, and it would have been one of the biggest stories of the year. Think of it. She's doing a story on Melania, who's pregnant at the time, and Donald Trump, our one-year anniversary. And she said I made inappropriate advances. And by the way, the area was a public area, people all over the place. Take a look. You take a look. Look at her.
The lying to FISA hoax, the lying to Congress. Are you familiar, I'm sure you are, with something that's often referred to as the Access Hollywood tape?
Yes, I am.
Okay, let's mark it and play it as, what, 35.
You know, and
she used to be very, she's still very beautiful.
I moved on her, actually. You know, she was down in Palm Beach. I moved on her, and I failed. I'll admit it.
Whoa.
I did try and fuck her. She was married.
It's huge news there.
No, Nancy. Yeah. No, this was marriages. And I moved on her very heavily. In fact, I took her out furniture shopping. She wanted to get some furniture. I said, I'll show you where they have some nice furniture. I took her out furniture. I moved on her like a bitch, but I couldn't get there. And she was married. Then all of a sudden, I see her. She's now got the big phony tits and everything. She's totally changed her look.
She's your girl's hot as shit. In the purple.
Whoa.
I think maybe.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes, the Donald has scored.
Whoa.
Oh, my man. Wait, you got to look at me when you get out. You're like,
sets this up.
That is very.
Will you give me the thumbs
Look
up?
at you. You are a
You
piece.
could be. You got to get the thumbs up. Can't be too happy.
First? Yeah, let me.
It's very
You
funny.
got to give me the thumbs up.
All right, you and I will walk out.
Yeah, that's true. That is also true.
Got it.
Maybe it's a different one.
Better not be the publicist. No, it's her.
Yeah, that's her, with the gold. I better use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything.
See those legs? All I can see is the legs.
No, it looks good.
Come on, Shorty.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, and people think that he's not a rapist. People think he's not a rapist.
That's right, sure.
I just can't help myself. I just gotta start kissing him, you know? I just gotta start rubbing up against him.
Oof.
Cool, dude. I've never once ever thought that in my entire life.
Go ahead.
It's always good if you don't fall out of the bus. Like Ford, Gerald Ford, remember?
Down below. Pull the helm.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, tone changes immediately when he knows he's on camera. I have
Hello,
a video.
how are you? Hi.
Mr. Trump, how
nice
are
seeing
you?
you.
Pleasure to
Terrific.
meet you.
Terrific. You know Billy Bush?
How are you?
Nice to see you. How you doing,
Very
Ariane?
good.
I'm doing very well, thank you. Are you ready to be a soap star?
We're ready. Let's go. Make me a soap star.
How about a little hug for the Donald? He just got off the
Would you
bus.
like a little hug,
Okay,
darling?
absolutely.
How about a
Melania
little
said
hug
this
for the
was
bushy? I
okay.
just got...
That's you in that video, correct?
Yes. Yes.
And am I correct that that video was recorded in January, withdrawn? Am I correct that that video was recorded in September 2000?
Sorry, give me 1 second.
I guess that would, I don't know the date, but whatever date it was is fine with me.
And am I correct that you were engaged to your current wife sometime in 2004?
I don't know.
Am I correct that you married your current wife in January 2005?
I don't know relative to that tape, no.
And the person you were speaking to, it's now famous, in that video was Billy Bush?
That's right.
Please
This
let
is
me...
this is very old news, fully litigated, during debates, during everything else, fully litigated.
Okay.
And you know what I said?
1347.
Of this crowded New York City department store, and within minutes swooned her. Do you see that?
Yeah.
What does swoon her mean?
Let's go ahead and rewind it here.
Oh.
Bergdorf, did you now at the beginning of your post, the reference Ms. Bergdorf Goodman is a reference to Ms. Carroll, right?
That's right.
She's in reference to Miss Carroll, this woman.
Now,
okay.
when you say in here, I don't know this woman and have no idea who she is, even though you're using the present tense, you're referring back to your...
Yes, yeah. They did release that.
knowledge as of when she first made the allegation.
I still don't know this woman. I think she's a whack job. I have no idea. I don't know anything about this woman other than what I read in stories and what I hear. I know nothing about her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the distinction of this woman and have no idea who she is, even though you're using the present tense, you're referring back to your knowledge as of when she first made the allegation.
I still don't know this woman. I think she's a whack job. I have no idea. I don't know anything about this woman other than what I read in stories and what I hear. I know nothing about her.
Okay, well, I guess the distinction I'm trying to make, sir, is that when the allegation came out in 2019, you said I think it's your testimony that you had no idea who she was.
That's right. I still don't.
Well, today you at least know that she's a plaintiff in a case suing you,
Yeah.
correct?
Oh, yes, that I know.
Okay.
But I know nothing about her. I think she's sick, mentally sick.
Okay.
So if you know so you don't know anything about her, but you know enough to think that she's mentally sick.
You say in this post, you use a strange word which I want to ask you about. You say she completely made up a story that I met her at the doors of this crowded New York City department store and within minutes swooned her. Do you see that?
Yeah.
What does swoon her mean?
Watch his
That
hands.
would be a
and
word.
Watch his hands and his blink right here.
What does swoon her mean?
That would be a word, maybe accurate or not, having to do with talking to her and talking to her to do an act that she said happened, which didn't happen.
So he said that he swooned her, meaning I convinced her to fuck me, essentially.
Yeah.
What does swoon her mean? Completely made up a story that I...
Sick.
Okay. You say in this post, you use a strange
So
word.
he said that he swooned her.
Talking to her and talking to her to do an act that she said happened, which didn't.
So he said that I swooned her, and she said he raped me. And now he's saying we didn't have sex at all. Even though I said I swooned her, we didn't have sex at all.
Didn't happen. And it's a nicer word than the word that starts with an F. And this would be a word that I use.
Word that starts with an F. You see here. Well, according to him, he hasn't read the article, therefore he doesn't know what he's being accused of yet. Yeah.
That starts with an F. Word than the word that starts with an F.
It's a nicer word than the word that starts with an F.
This would be a word that I use because I thought it would be inappropriate to use the other word. And it didn't happen.
So I fucked her. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Even though I said I fucked her, it didn't happen.
Okay, I was curious when I read this, so I looked up the word swoon in the dictionary. And under the dictionary, it means to faint with extreme emotion. That's not what you meant here.
Objection to form.
Well, sort of. That's what she said I did to her. She fainted with great emotion. She actually indicated that she loved it.
So we never had sex. I never did anything to her.
With great emotion. She actually indicated that she loved it.
Are you sure you didn't have sex with her? You've never met her. You don't know who she is. You don't know anything about this woman. Yet.
That's not what you meant here.
Objection to form.
Well, sort of. That's what she said I did to her. She fainted with great emotion. She actually indicated that she loved it.
Okay, so he's never met her, he's never fucked her, he's never done anything with her. He doesn't know that she doesn't know that she exists. This is the first time he's heard about her is with this case, and she's a total nut job and she's a wacko.
Okay, she loved it until commercial break. In fact, I think she said it was sexy, didn't she? It was very sexy to be raped. Didn't she say that?
So, sir, I just want to confirm, it's your testimony that E. Jean Carroll said that she loved being sexually assaulted by you?
Well, based on her interview with Anderson Cooper, I believe that's what took place. And we can define that. You'll have to show that. I'm sure you're going to show that. But she was interviewed by Anderson Cooper, and I think she said that rape was sexy, which it's not, by the way. But I think she said that rape was sexy, and it was. She actually said things that were very strange, and then she was a different person after the.
Or a rape fantasy, yes.
When he said, we'll take a break right now. We're going to take a break right now. He didn't like what she was saying. He was very upset with what. And then she came back and she was a much different woman in the second half, so to speak.
I'm going to fact check something really quick. Weird. And then he had to pay her $83 million. Yes, exactly. Exactly, yeah. Yeah. Yep.
And so the question I'm asking you is, did she say in that interview that she loved being sexually assaulted by you?
Well, she said something to that effect. I mean, you'll have to take a look at the interview yourself. I believe she said.
That is what the President of the United States has just said about the woman who says he sexually assaulted her. She's not my type, which is what one says when a friend tries to fix you up. She's not my type. That is what the President of the United States has just said about the woman who says he sexually assaulted her.
She's not my type was his defense against rape here.
She's not my type, which is what one says when a friend tries to fix you up. Not my type. It's not what anyone really says when accused of what amounts to rape. Not my type. That is precisely what President Trump just said, and not for the first time either. She's not my type. He just said this about his 15th and latest accuser, and we begin tonight with her account.
15th! His 15th accuser.
of the alleged sexual
Do you know anybody that's been accused of rape 15 times?
assault that she says she endured at his hands and other painful encounters in her book, What Do We Need Men For? A Modest Proposal. We spoke just a short time ago. I want to begin just by asking you about the latest thing that the president has said just short time ago. He gave an interview to The Hill. He said, I'll say it with great respect. Number one, she's not my type. Number two, it never happened. It never happened, okay?
I love that. I am so glad I am not his type. I am so glad. This was 20 years ago. And I probably was, at that moment, in that 5 minutes, the most attractive woman in Bergdorf's in that one bit of time.
And you think that's what it was about for him?
I don't know what it was about. Anderson, we were having a high old time. You remember Donald Trump, hail fellow, well met, walking up and down the streets of New York, greeting everybody. Everybody liked him.
You're talking about 1995,
95, 96. He was Shakespearean. He was great. You'd love to see him on the street. So when we met in Bergdorf's, and he said, help me, advise me to find a president, I was delighted. I was thrilled. I thought, this is hilarious.
I'm wondering, the statement that he said, which he's just made, which is, she's not my type, number one, that was the number one thing.
I love that I'm not his type.
He has said that previously. There was a woman, Jessica Leeds, who came forward, and he said, I think we actually have the tape of what he said, and it echoes similar language. Let's just play what he said about Jessica Leeds.
Yeah, let's see what he says about this other rape accuser. I want to see if there's any similarities here.
When you looked at that horrible woman last night, you said, I don't think so. I don't think so. She would not be my first choice, that I can tell you. Man. You don't know. That would not be my first choice.
He said this about a woman who is accusing him of rape.
He also called Miss Universe fat. Miss Piggy, I think he called her. Miss Universe, one of the most beautiful women in the solar system, and he called her fat.
Yeah, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely.
The other thing that he said is
I totally
that you are
agree
totally
with
lying.
the deep state realized that they could use him without a fucking doubt. He'll never doubt himself or admit wrongdoing no matter what. Do you know why? Always, always, always comes back to this for me. Never apologize or admit wrongdoing is number one. Number one. Ever. Always counterattack and always with greater force than received. We're witnessing this, right? Use the legal system as a weapon, not a recourse for justice. What is he doing right now? What's he doing right now with the Epstein case and his political opponents? They're all getting subpoenaed. They're all getting subpoenaed. But these guys, if I can find it. Oops. Sorry. The guys who said Hitler is awesome and rape is epic, they're not going to get any justice. Manipulate the media ruthlessly. No more reporting on national security. Use fear as both a sword and a shield. Portland is on fire. It's a war zone. They're boarding up all their windows. Build a fortress of loyalty around yourself. MAGA. Okay? I was able to point at every single one of these in instances that have happened in the last 8 months. Yeah.
He said, again, in this interview, new interview, he said, totally lying. I don't know.
I don't hear her saying rape is sexy right now either.
Anything about her. I know nothing about this woman. I know nothing about her. It's just a terrible thing that people can make statements like that.
He's denied all 15 women who've come forward. He denies, he turns it around, he threatens, and he attacks.
Let's talk about what you say.
He denies, he turns it around, and always attacks.
It happened because obviously the details of it all matter. And this is, I should point out, just part of, this is one person you talk about in your book. This is not a book about Donald Trump. This is not, there's not Donald Trump on the cover. This is about your life and
don't even mention his name. I mentioned his name once in the book. Once.
So you were you say you were in Bergdorf Goodman.
I was coming out of
She didn't get sued for defamation, by the way.
Bergdorf's.
Which was a...
Because you can't sue somebody for defamation if what you're saying is true. Just like people saying, oh, he's in the Epstein files. Elon Musk didn't get sued for saying that because you can't sue somebody. Yeah. You can't sue somebody for defamation if what they said happened. If they said what they said, or if you... Let me restart. If somebody says that I shot a baby and I didn't shoot a baby, I can sue them for defamation. Now, if I shot a baby and somebody says that I shot a baby, I cannot sue them for defamation. He hasn't sued Elon Musk for saying he's in the Epstein files. He hasn't sued any of these women for defamation. She sued him for defamation about twice now.
A store I've heard you liked a lot.
It's a posh and cozy and
Your whole face lights up when you talk about Bergdorf.
I was just there today.
Okay.
I just loved it. So I was coming out, and he was coming in. He was standing out, and he put his hand like this. So I did not go through the revolving door. He came in. He said, "Hey, you're that advice lady." And I said, "Hey, you're that real estate tycoon." He said, "Come advise me. I want to buy a present." I said, "Oh, for who?" He said, "For a girl." So I was enchanted. It was such a great moment. So how about the handbags? Oh, no, he doesn't want a handbag. Well, how about a hat? So he strolls to that.
And had you met him prior
once,
to that?
Just once, briefly. There's a picture.
That's where the photo of with
my ex-husband and he with his.
So so her story lines up with his story, but his story doesn't line up with hers. So she said briefly, we met briefly. That happened. Okay.
Right.
Ex-wife, a very nice.
I guess their stories do match up because she said she loved it.
Nice.
Which, by the way, he had said he's never even met you previously. Obviously.
And I have yet 5 minutes in to hear her say rape is sexy or anything to the extent of that.
The picture which we have, tells a different story.
So we went to the hats, and he immediately grabbed a fur hat, of course. And I said, "Oh, you can't put a dead animal on your head." And then I found out later, of course, all of his women wear those fur hats. Ivanka, you've seen pictures. They all wear. Okay, so he asked. I said, "How old is the young lady?" And he said, "How old are you?" And I said, 52. And he said, "You're so old."
He said that?
Of course. He said, "You're so old." And shortly after that, he said, "I know, lingerie."
Sorry, bro.
Or he could have said underwear. And so we went up the escalator. We went to the lingerie department. It was empty. There was nobody there. There was nobody on the whole floor, frankly. I think you go through bathing suits and cruisewear, and the store was not populated at the time. Nobody was there on the counter.
That's going to sound strange to people that nobody was in the...
Because Bergdorf's is the greatest store on the earth. They take care of whatever you want, they're there. If you're thirsty, they'll bring you water, they'll get you whatever, they'll call all over the country to get whatever you want. It was a moment in time, nobody was there. Plus, a dressing room door was open, which is very unusual because usually they're locked, and the attendant comes and locks it, escorts you in, etc. Okay, so on the
So he said lingerie because he said he wanted you to help him pick out some lingerie.
Well, it can't, because he was not having it with the hats.
Okay.
The hats were, okay, so then we went up. He was going to get some lingerie, and I am just like, oh, well, I can dine out forever on this story. We're going to go get lingerie.
You say you go up to the lingerie department and no one is around.
And there are 2 or 3 boxes on the counter, the fancy, remember the old-fashioned lingerie boxes, and a filmy see-through bodysuit in lilac gray. And he snatches it up and he says, "Go try this on." I said, "You try it on." He said, "No, it looks like it fits you." I said, "It goes with your eyes." He said, "No, go put this on." And Anderson.
So at this point, you're saying it's a
we're
friendly...
joshing. I used to be a writer at Saturday Night Live. I see an entire sketch of making Donald Trump put this filmy thing over his pants. That is what I'm thinking. I am not thinking, I think it's, I was laughing as I said it. He said, well, you know, he went like this, and I walked in stupidly.
So for you, this was kind of a New York moment. Like
oh,
one of
the
those
best
things.
just like the best New York. Donald Trump is going to put on a filmy bodysuit. It's like, oh, I couldn't. So let's go in the dressing room. I thought, I'm going to make him put pants on. Walked in, and the minute I was in there, he shut the door and pushed me up against the wall and banged my head on the wall and kissed me. It was so shocking. I couldn't. Of course, I started laughing again because...
You started laughing?
Of course.
You got nervous.
Why? Why, of course?
Because it was a way of... If it was at all erotic in his part, it would... If a man is laughed at, it usually will make him... and he put his shoulder against me to hold me against the wall. And at that point, I realized that I was in a very difficult situation.
Did he say anything?
No. It was just like, we're going to do this thing. We're just so hot for each other. Why would I even try to think what he was thinking? Anyway, so he pushed me, held me with his shoulder, and I was wearing a coat dress and tights, and he pulled down the tights. And so that's when...
Her face is convincing me that this is real.
And he pulled down the tights. And so
just the expressionless, yeah.
So that's
he pulled he pulled it with both hands, with one hand?
One. And that was when it turned serious. I realized that this was a fight. And even though I can talk about it now, and put words to it, at the time they had...
Yes,
Adrenaline is pouring through me, and all I want to do is... Right.
Because she wants to make it as at the least amount of traumatic as possible. So she's going to try to downplay it.
And put words to it, at the time the adrenaline is pouring through me, and all I want to do is... Right.
How would you describe... What were you... You said you were obviously surprised, fighting. Right. Were you scared? Were you angry?
I was too panicked to be scared.
Too panicked to be scared, okay.
You know...
you said adrenaline was pumping.
Yeah, she froze. She froze.
I assume it was, right. Because I got strong enough. He's 6'3", apparently. I've looked it up.
I thought he was 6 foot.
I was about 6'1" in the massive heels I was wearing. And so we were almost even in height. And down go the tights. And it was against my will. And it hurt. And it was a fight.
And this is not a question I would normally ask, and if you don't want to answer, I totally understand. But given the prior accusations, which have all been of forms of assault or harassment, you're saying there was actual penetration?
Yes.
Did you, puts it into a different category of any...
Her blink rate did not change at all, bro. At all. She's fully comfortable saying yes.
Any of the other women who have come forward. I think that is the definition of rape. One definition.
That's the definition. Yes.
Apparently, I got to watch the full interview. She is clearly nuts. I never saw this. Where did you see this? Here, hold on. I'm going to see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, without a fucking doubt. Without a fucking doubt.
You don't feel like a victim?
I was not thrown on the ground and ravished. which the word rape carries so many sexual connotations. This was not sexual. It hurt. It
hurt.
Well, I think most people think of rape as it is a violent assault. It is not.
I think most people think of rape as being sexy.
She said, I think most people view it as in most people being like Trump and rapists, and people who have like rape fantasies.
I think most people think of rape as being sexy.
Yeah.
Let's take a short break.
Think of the fantasies.
Think of the fantasies.
We're just going to take a quick break. If you can stick around, we'll talk more on the other side.
You're fascinating to talk to.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. What Trump said, she was like, where she does not portray that what happened to her is sexy. She said it hurt. It was bad. Like, dude. Yeah. The word doesn't just carry the weight anymore. Is what I think that she's saying.
You don't feel like a victim.
I was not thrown on the ground and ravished. Which the word rape carries so many sexual connotations. This was not sexual. It hurt.
The word has been fetishized. Yeah, absolutely. I totally get what she's saying. Let's see here.
I text the flaky PR and tell her that we need to do the pictures now.
I've seen this video. It's awesome.
No reply. I text her again. Something is wrong. My shoot with Hillary Rodham Clinton from 2000.
I love this picture. She looks so terrible here.
2018.
She's got nothing behind her eyes.
And all I can say with this one is I'm glad that I had an automated digital camera. Sometimes my shoots get cancelled. It's obvious.
That's probably why she admitted it was. Yeah.
Better if you're given a bit of notice, but I understand circumstances change, things happen, you have to roll with the punches. I remember driving down to Rye in East Sussex and sitting in my car outside the house.
Do you want to see my favorite Hillary Clinton picture? Hold on, let me fucking pull this up. You want to see this shit? Okay, you ready? Sorry. This is it. This is it. You ready? She's looking at a middle-class family home here. Yeah. She's just like, what the fuck? Oh, that shit fucking kills me every time, dude.
Of Spike Milligan waiting to do the photo shoot. I was told to wait in my car.
Dude, have you seen? I went over this. I went over this a few days ago, but have you seen the video of Hillary Clinton coughing up these green eggs? The plants in the sink kill me. Dude, watch this. What was that? What was that? When was this? 4 years ago? Okay. I love this picture of her. She looks terrible.
You don't feel like a victim.
Oh my god. Bro.
I text the flake work to be seen. The shoot was at Swansea University and we arrived bright and full of anticipation. I intend to give her a copy of my book, my first book, Survivor, a portrait of the survivors of the...
No, she is, dude. She is, bro. Look, okay, hold on. Let's debunk exactly what you just said. Exactly what you just said. She didn't cough anything up. I will show you. She is coughing something up. You ever took a dab hit? And you got something in your lungs? And you're like, you get that phlegm coming up?
And I want to thank...
I want you to watch her chin. No, she is. There's no way. No way. I want you to hear how congested her throat gets with fucking like phlegm, and then hear what she sounds like after. Just listen, bro.
Congresswoman Marcia Fudge for hosting us.
Did that sound like a clean cough? That sound like a clean cough where nothing came up? What about this one? What does this scream to you? I have something in my mouth right now and I am disgusted and I want it to get out.
Hosting us.
That, she's like, I got something in my mouth. I need my water. That is not a video glitch. And then she wheezes. She wheezes too. Listen. Yeah, it does almost look like she gagged. And she took the smallest sip imaginable. She literally brought that cup up to her face to spit in it. This is how her gun gives birth. Yeah, dude, you can't tell me that this is a video glitch. There's no amount of... They look like olives. They look like fucking olives, bro. That's how fucking round and green they are.
The Holocaust, in order to curry favor, to sort of...
Yeah, let's go through this again here. It's like, oh fuck. She, like, it's like a panic. So, like, you know when you're like, fuck, I'm gonna throw up. And I gotta try everything in my body not to throw up right now. She's like, fuck. Yeah. Dude, it's so fucking funny to me, bro. So fucking funny to me. Alright, let me try to
differentiate myself from the reams of other snappers who've taken her portrait over the
Kamala
years.
was drunk all the
Show
time.
her I'm serious, a person and somebody to be reckoned with. The PR seems frankly out of her depth as she shows us from room to room as we try and find the perfect location in which to shoot our subject. The day passed with tedium, and Hillary worked hard at being important. And when I got my opportunity, I gave her my book, and she seemed to be impressed, and I said to her, I'm looking forward to photographing you later. She spent the day shaking hands with dignitaries, and also starstruck children, and giving sort of pompous speeches, which were tinged with bitterness at her failure to beat Trump. All the time, there were these sort of sick...
Hold on, let me see here, hold on. See if I can find this.
Hello to all these white devils. Mayor Rick, you're a white devil. What's going on at our border, stopping great Haitian cannibals from coming to our country, you should be ashamed of yourself, Rick. We need more Venezuelans. This country was built on the back of immigrants. May I remind you that, okay? So you guys limiting people in Fort Worth are going to say that, oh, they're going to arrest illegal immigrants. Well, guess what? No, you're not, because guess who I have on the phone? That's right. I have the 46th Vice President of the United States of America, Kamala Harris. Kamala, what do you want to say to these freaks?
Listen up, all you Texas politicians, okay? Your time is up. Now, you couldn't unburden what has been this fight is futile because no human is illegal. All right, they deserve to have access to free health care. Excuse me. And free housing, more than the citizens of America, because let's face it, they've had to fight much harder to survive in a white world, filled with white devils. And, as Democrats, we're going to need their vote.
Have you been drinking?
that laugh is so good.
We're going to need their vote.
Have you been drinking, Vice
smiling.
President Kamala?
Just a little bit. Now, listen, I don't care how much of a dumb racist Governor Abbott is, and he tries to fight me. All right? Me and Joe, we're going to prevail, and we will build back better by building back what we've never built before. Now, this great
Kamala Harris and George W. Bush quotes would be awesome.
Replacement theory, it shall be galvanized and commenced because, think about how this country was built on the backs of slaves because they have community. So it doesn't deserve to be run by white supremacists. Now let's make the border open again.
Thank you so much, Vice President. Thank you. Please go have a margarita and think of me. Text me.
Okay.
Bye, babe. All right, that's what I'm saying. A bunch of white devils. We only got one black dude on the whole council, Dennis, and this guy's not even paying attention. Dennis, I'm over here. Wake up, Dennis.
Oh, yeah, dude. Have you guys seen this one? You guys seen this one? Watch this guy the whole time. Watch Grandpa back here.
Hello, my name is Lisa Ann Whitmer Wagman. I just moved here because I'm getting a divorce, and it's not final till September 18th.
Okay, I'm gonna try my hardest not to laugh at this video.
Lisa Ann Whitmer Wagman. I just moved here because I'm getting a divorce, and it's not final till September 18th. My husband will not give me any money, not one penny. The lawyer won't help me.
Preach.
My penny.
Watch Grandpa.
The lawyer won't help me. My husband won't help me. My dad, Marlon Lee Whitmer, he's a minister, won't help me. My stepmother won't help me. My mother passed away 7 years ago. And my dad and Annie Hockhausen, they wrote at Vera French that they both are my parents.
Yeah, I feel like I'm watching a Joe Biden thing. She went to this, though.
Annie is my stepmom.
She's going through a divorce, too.
I'm not quite sure why I'm here or what I'm doing, but there's a reason. My lawyer is Justin Title. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. I'm moving down to Texas soon to help the children in Texas. I'm a
This motherfucker is laughing right now.
very loving parent. Very, very, very loving parent. I have a 20-year-old daughter. She's going to college at St. Ambrose this fall. She's in Muscatine College right now. Her name's Brianna Elizabeth.
Is this in Iowa?
And she's
not.
Is not helping me because she's 20. She's scared. She doesn't want her parents to separate or divorce.
Ma'am, this is a zoning issue. This is a city council meeting on the zoning.
Ma'am, we're discussing the rezoning for the Portillos. Do you have any comments on that?
For what?
We're discussing the rezoning on 53rd for...
Well, I live on 63rd.
Again, we're here to hear comments about the rezoning.
Well, I don't like Facebook. and I don't like the internet because I can't find a job. The library blocked my password. Now tell me, does that make any sense to you?
Ma'am, we're not here to discuss your personal life. I'm sorry. Do you have any comments about the rezoning?
No, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you. Next.
Hello. My name is Lisa Ann Whitmer Wagman.
I want to see where she's at today. Red 40 stare. Well, I don't think she's dead. I don't think she's dead. Yeah, bro, this is in Iowa. This is in Iowa. That's crazy. I didn't know that. It makes sense. I'm so glad she's still around and voting. Crap, I forgot her name. Okay, let's just do politics now for the last 5 minutes here. Let's do one no context video.
We go back a long way. She was 12, I was 30, but anyway.
People are laughing at this. Why are they going, ooh, ooh?
She was 12, I was 30, but anyway.
Are you really going to ask such a stupid question?
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do.
I'm sorry?
No, go ahead.
You look very...
You never do. Go ahead, go ahead. Ignore what I just said. Alex Stein. I need you to chill. Thank you.
Very beautiful in that dress. You look very sexy. Look at that booty on AOC. That's my favorite big booty Latina.
Built a golf course just to miss
She
this
came over and said hi to him.
screen.
It's an easy one to miss.
That swing looks a little broken. Was it made in China?
I don't know. Not too much is made in
Yeah.
What would your followers say if you hit this left?
Oh.
There we
I
go.
don't know about that, guys.
Oh.
If only he was as good at golf as he was running this country, we'd be in fucking heaven right now.
A little short, kind of like your
He almost
second
had it.
term.
Ooh, that's gonna age like wine, bro.
Bold strategy to reduce the speed limit and eliminate pedestrian deaths. It's never going to happen. The only way you get to zero pedestrian deaths is to have zero stupid people in the city. Get on that fucking street, maybe we'll live another year.
This ruined his presidential career, by the way. That ruined his presidential career.
Another year.
It's the first time we've been back to Texas since our trip to Africa, and you may recall we went through a park in Botswana.
Why did he say that like he was threatening somebody? We went to a park in Botswana.
It's the first time we've been back to Texas since our trip to Africa, and you may recall we went through a park in Botswana.
Phil McCracken. Those who are here illegal. It's not true. Those who are here illegal. It's not true.
You know, I've adopted the attitude of the great Negro at the time.
Oh no. Dude, if Trump took that fall, he would have died. If Biden took that fall, he would have died. Like, they wouldn't be able to get up from this without... Also, this lady should grab him. She does the opposite. Whoop, up with the hands.
Ilhan just ejected. Now I'm on this on my own. I'm racked with guilt.
I remember this.
Too much to say.
Hillary! Hillary!
Your chief of staff. If you're going to cough, please leave the room.
If you're gonna cough, please leave the room.
Your chief of staff. If you're going to cough, please leave the room.
No, if you want to look that up, you can look up the clip of Bush puking on the Japanese emperor. I do not want to watch somebody throw up.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
People are clapping! People are clapping!
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
I cannot drive. I mean, I'm I'm able to drive. Is it Austria?
Oh, who is that?
A wet raccoon.
Is it Austria?
I don't know who that is.
A wet raccoon doesn't have $7 billion fucking dollars in the bank.
Sit down.
It's mine. It's not bad, right? I actually have
Stuff like that in the courtroom, your rear end's gonna get thrown in jail, idiot.
Oh my God, he used to be so fat.
It's not bad, right? I actually have
Stuff like that in the courtroom, your rear end's gonna get thrown in jail, idiot.
The question is whether we're going to go forward to...
Okay, but he said it is racist, bro.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Jail, idiot.
So, no white kids are poor, and that is racist.
The question is whether we're going to go forward to tomorrow or we're going to go past to the back. And I can tell you, listen.
I feel like it runs in the family. It really must run in the family because your mom had an issue with the poncho also.
I mean, come on, imagine. You can charge your phone on your way home from work. That's good stuff.
Oh, Joe Biden fell. Yeah, it's never funny when an old man falls. Never, ever, 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 ever. Yes. Yeah, but there are underprivileged white people too. Okay, guys. I'm leaving. I'm going to end the stream here. Oh, for sure. For sure. I'm going to end the stream here, guys. I'm just going to say, do you hate America? Do you want a king running the country? Do you want a king running the country? And do you hate America? because they can't be the same answer. Okay, guys, according to the current regime, guys, look how blue my eyes are. Okay, bye.